Bienvenido a Vaughan 4.0. Nivel Avanzado.
Welcome to class number 40. It's good to see you again. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad to have you here with me once again. Yes, I'm starting to get used to seeing you there. Like my students who sit on the front row in class. Every day I see them there, ready to learn. And so I get used to seeing the same people on the front row. The people who sit on the back row, usually I don't have a clear view of them. It's a bit nebulous. And so I don't get used to seeing them. But on the front row, yes. So it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm starting to get used to seeing you every day. And I hope you're getting used to studying with me. Okay. We're getting used to each other. Yeah, we're getting used to each other. I'm getting used to you, and you're getting used to me. So we're getting used to each other. And when we finish getting used to each other, then we can rightfully say, podemos decir con razón, we can rightfully say that we are. Podemos pasar del get a are, que ya estamos acostumbrados. We are used to each other. I'm used to you, and you're used to me. I'm used to the way you study, and you're used to the way I teach. I'm used to the way you look and listen to me, and you're used to the way I address you. To address, acentuando la segunda sílaba, address es dirigirse a, la forma en que yo me dirijo a ti, the way I address you. But starting in just a second, I'm going to address you on camera number 1, right now. All right, review. Let's go over some of the things we saw on the previous day in class number 39, which is basically to get used to. Yeah, get used to. Some people have trouble getting used to married life. When they get married, everything changes. And that's one of the problems young, early marriages have, is getting used to each other. Yeah, they've never lived together. The man has never lived with another person, and the girl has never lived with another man. So, usually, So they need time to get used to each other. Married life takes some getting used to. It takes some getting used to. The man is not used to eating the food prepared by his new wife. Some men, and I don't agree with this, I think it's horrible. I know one man who never allowed his wife to make dinner or lunch. Dinner, yes, but lunch. And so he insisted that his mother come from opposite side of town. Every day, the mother came, crossing, 20 metro stops and 2 metro changes in order to buy and to prepare the food for her son. Because the son didn't want his wife to make lunch for him. Because he had to have his food in a certain way, and only his mother knew how to do it. So the husband never got used to the way the wife cooked. In the evenings, the husband only wanted fruit or something very simple that didn't require going out to the shops to buy and preparing a meal. So the couple was married for 7 years or 8 years, I don't know. And the wife never cooked a single lunch for her husband. So he never got used to her food, and she never got used to buying and cooking for another person. So she never learned. It was a vicious circle. Una pescadilla dice que se muerde la cola. A vicious circle. Okay? And so she never got used to him, and he never got used to her. To get used to. Married life, getting used to another person, getting used to living, gerundio, getting used to living, getting to know you, getting used to living with you. Yes, I know one man who always squeezed the toothpaste tube in the middle. When you brush your teeth, you have the toothbrush, and then you have the tube of toothpaste. And you open the toothpaste tube and you squeeze. Well, the man had all his life squeezed the tube in the middle, of course. The new wife said, "Honey, you need to squeeze the tube at the bottom not in the middle. And of course, the husband never remembered. He never got used to squeezing, gerundio. He never got used to squeezing the toothpaste tube at the bottom. And he continued squeezing in the middle. And the wife got irritated. They had fights, and finally they got a divorce. Can you believe it? I doubt, seriously, seriamente dudo, that the toothpaste tube was the main reason for the divorce. But it certainly didn't help, okay? To get used to married life. Are you married? Yes? How long did it take you to get used to married life? Did it take some getting used to? It took me 1 day to get used to married life. I had no problem. But I'm a flexible person. I get used to things very quickly. I didn't get used to Spanish food immediately, but it was okay. I didn't mind eating it. No problem. Because I'm a conformist, basically. I don't really care. For me, it's not a big problem. If I don't like food, if it's the only food, I'll eat it. So I don't really care. And getting used to Spanish women, it took me a year to get used to the style of Spanish women. I didn't like it at the beginning, but still, I went out with Spanish women with no problem, okay? Funny, it was different. The first date I had in Spain with a Spanish woman, she was an extremeña from Cáceres. I remember. I didn't understand her. I didn't understand her at all. And I asked her, could you repeat, please? Could you repeat more slowly, please? And of course, she said, no problem. And she repeated. But in Spain, the Spanish language is silábica. And so she said, yo quiero que tú me escuches. And then I didn't understand anything. Because when I say speak more slowly, quiero que alargues las sílabas. Yo quiero. For example, in English, if I say the following sentence too fast, you say, could you please tell me the sentence a bit slower? And say, of course, can you please tell me this sentence a bit more slowly? So we elongate the words. In Spain, you chop it, and you separate it into syllables. And so it's extremely difficult to understand. It took me a long time to get used to the Spanish pronunciation. I was more used to Mexican. When I came to Spain, I had already had 6 years of Spanish in secondary school. But all of my teachers had Mexican or South American style Spanish. So it took me a long time to get used to Castilian Spanish. It took me a long time to develop ability with the vosotros. Because all of the teachers said, el vosotros no existe excepto en literatura.
¿Te está gustando este episodio? Hazte fan en iVoox para acceder a este y al resto de sus episodios extra desde otras aplicaciones de escucha.